Okay, today we are playing a game on Junkerstown. We are playing about a third of the game as Reinhardt and about 2/3 of the game as Winston, and I don't know what the SR is because I can't find any of the emails. That's the wrong scene. That's the right scene. There we go. With special guest, the boy. Here he is. He's very enthusiastic about it. So let's start the game. Defending first. Yes, hello. 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 So, defending first, we've got Zarya as the other tank, which is nice. Nothing weird's happening, which is always a relief. Winston immediately fucked up the first jump, and now he has to do the walk of shame back to his team over there. They've got a Widowmaker and a lot of divers, and it's very inconvenient. I would have gone for a charge right there, because there's a chance we can snatch up that Mercy, and it wasn't really all that risky as far as, like, falling off goes. Because I see she's coming up. Mercy players have a tendency to keep going. So we just turn a little bit before we charge, so we're lined up roughly with that there piece of wood. And we can try and charge her. And it's pretty safe, we're healthy, we're not gonna die or anything. Well, we could, but it's very unlikely. And we're not really, like, blocking for too many people right now anyway. We would have ended up getting Hammond instead of the Mercy, seeing as Hammond swung on by. Well, maybe. Sometimes hitboxes are a little weird with Ryan's charge, but I would have gone for the attempt at least. Maybe you get, like, risk pretty low. High end, maybe you get Mercy. Worst case, you get Hammond. You know, that's decent enough. The video just stopped, so I'm hoping that's not just the video. Oh, Hammond is coming in on us. Well, I mean, what are you gonna do about that one, really? Yeah, and Anna's dead right now as well. Oh, we do have a Moira, but no, we're pretty fucked. Like, by that point, it's already falling apart pretty much. So Ryan is very difficult to play against this team, because there isn't really all that much to block. And there's a lot of things sliding on past you. So we do end up changing to Winston, which is fine because they've got Genji, Widow, and Anna as well, which is a lot of people for Winston to get, you know. I can hear Grand Blue Fantasy in the background of the gameplay. So, you know, but I can also just hear the game as well, so hopefully that's not too distracting when it does happen. So we're still pretty fucked right now. We're giving it the good old college try. Genji at least used his ultimate, but, like, we jumped out there doing our best to hold it for as long as we could. And we at least got some ultimates, which is about the most we could expect, to be honest. So we don't change yet. I think we change out on next death, because we've almost got Earth Shatter, so that's fair enough. My son, goodbye. There he goes. The guest appearance is now over. So, we got Earth Shatter. We want to try and use that before we switch, I'm sure. We managed to kill the Mercy, which is sick. Genji is, he's up to no good. Anna just whiffed her sleep dart right there. So if we reacted faster, that was like a free pin on the Hammond, because, I mean, react faster, you know. But, like, he's charging on down there. We looked pretty much straight at him. He's coming in through such a narrow angle that would have been, like, a free pin right there. And he died anyway, so, you know, doesn't really matter. Hey, he's dead. That's the important thing. But it was a pretty free pin if we reacted a little faster. I would have probably gone for the Earth Shatter right there with the knowledge now that Winston has been nano boosted. Because I was definitely like, we want to wait for the bubble to go down so that we can Earth Shatter, hopefully, the whole team, which is kind of hiding behind the bubble. The enemy team is, like, kind of scattering right now. Mercy and Anna are really far back. Winston's really close. And then that's kind of it. I'm not confident that in the near future we'll be able to line it up with Winston and the supports. And since Winston has been nano boosted, I'll take just Winston in this position. Because if he jumps on, like, my Anna, my soldier, they're gonna be really unhappy about it, pretty much. And I'm already I'm already reconciled that, like, we're probably switching when we die anyway, so I just kind of want to use the Earth Shatter, and that's a decent opportunity to do it. We ended up not using the Earth Shatter, which, I mean, given the way the battle went, maybe for the best. But we've ended up holding this ultimate for a really long time now, which is not ideal, especially with one that's really fast charging, like Earth Shatter is. You want to kind of like get those out so you can start working on the next one as fast as you can. Anna's down on the right side over there. I'm actually gonna, like, I know Diva just lost her mech, but look. Anna's down there. And I know that I'm looking at the silhouette right now, but like, a bullet came through there, her gun poked around the corner. We've probable cause to realize Anna's down there now. I want the fucking Anna, alright? I want the fucking Anna. So this is happening back here. We've got a Bastion now, which sort of makes us not want to change. Oof, that was a fine enough reason to use Earth Shatter, but unfortunately we didn't get the guy. It's definitely worth it 9 times out of 10 to trade Earth Shatter for Dragon Blade. Because Dragon Blade is pretty spooky. It's pretty spooky ultimate. But we missed. What can you do? So we changed to Winston now, which is fair. I wish we were Winston sooner, basically. Winston is good versus this team comp, and we weren't getting much value out of Reinhardt because their team comp is hard to get value out of Reinhardt against. So we're trying to get the Mercy right now. We've ended up... Oh, thank God Moira came to help us. We were in a bad spot with the Winston situation. Now it's Winston and Mercy versus Winston and Moira, you know. We ended up in a fight with their Winston for way longer than we would like to be in one. It was kind of difficult to just disengage from after we got stuck in the tiny room with him. But we really ended up fighting Winston for a while. The problem here is that we've jumped in without our bubble. Because we've jumped over here, that's fair enough. We didn't really need to use our bubble when we jumped over here, because the only person over here that we can actually block damage from would have been Genji, who we're kind of like, you know, I don't really need to put the bubble down just for Genji, really. So we didn't really need to put the bubble down over here. And then we jump in on the Mercy while our bubble's on cooldown. And this is the main thing that leads to the fight going so awkwardly for us after this point. Because now, fuck, we start taking a lot of damage from Widow. We have to come in here. Oh, fuck, then this all starts happening. We're still too low to go out. It was the jump without the shield up set us up to have this really long altercation with their Winston. And while we were doing that, Widow killed 3 people. So if we just didn't use our bubble in the unnecessary fight, we could have jumped directly on the Widowmaker. And then, who knows, right? At least Widow would have had a lot harder time killing 3 people if we were on her face at the time as well. So, Bastion's doing his best out there, it looks like. He killed Winston, at least. He's actually not dead now, he's dead. He killed himself. Great job, Bastion. We're sleepy. Very upsetting, since we have Primal Rage. We didn't have Primal Rage. Close enough to say we just had Primal Rage. So now it's attack time. We do play Zarya for a little bit in here. No, we don't? Okay, I thought we did. We don't. I must have just skimmed through it and been like, oh, there's the Zarya segment right there. Oh, we're already Winston again. Alright, so we're going in. We're going in hard on the other side. Grand Blue is starting to get kind of loud in the background. Fucking passed me, but had the sense to not be listening to a video at the time, but was just playing a game instead, which, you know, I was halfway there at least. So we're on the backside. We see Anna backing up. We're going in on that Anna. We're on the Anna. We're sleepy. This is unfortunate. We're probably still gonna get her because nobody's coming back to help her. Yeah. Like, she was in a pretty bad spot. Mercy doesn't seem to know what was happening back here, which is also beneficial because she didn't help the Anna, but I was kind of hoping she would fly back to us to try and res the Anna so we could kill her. Maybe she used her res beforehand. I don't know. I choose to believe she just wasn't paying attention. Who was that on our left-hand side when we jumped over there? I saw somebody very briefly. It has to have been Anna, right? Coming back to the fight? No, that was Ash, it looked like, I think. But some... Oh, no? It's Mercy! Oh, well, alright. She got back fast. She's fucking dead now. She did kind of blend in a little bit. I'm not too surprised we didn't see her. We weren't looking over there for very long. So we're waiting, we're being patient, that's good. They're starting to collect up there, and now we're coming up to contest the soldier. Ideally their tanks would jump down before we came up here, so that there would be no chance of them helping, but they didn't help anyway, they just immediately jumped down regardless, which is, to be fair, also what you would expect most tank players to do, so... ideally we let them jump down before we go up there though, because... if we jump up there, and like they've got a Reinhardt, and we jump on that soldier, if Rein's paying attention, we're a pretty free pin in that narrow hallway up there, but it didn't matter, so, you know, you don't get punished, you don't have to learn. We're getting shot at pretty good right now, we're hanging out up here, a little bit awkward for Moira to heal us up here. Oh, never mind, she threw a healing orb up here, fucking beautiful, we just get to walk with it for a little while. Sigma's not really an ideal one to jump on, because he's a tank. Winston's quite bad at fighting tanks, so I don't like that we just jumped onto him. But now we're trying to get these boys. Mercy used her ultimate, so we pretty much immediately give up on her, as you do. What are we going to do? We're using Primal Rage. And the team kind of just scattered. We took a lot of damage in there suddenly. What did that? Oh, it must have just been like... oh, there's a Roadhog in there now as well. I see, that explains it. I was like, damn, that was a lot of damage to suddenly take. Sigma just used his ultimate, didn't really do too terribly much. I don't like that we jumped in like that right now, because we're still really low health right now. Moira is dead, so she just respawned, so we weren't really gonna get much healing, but just jumping back over the top like that, we're pretty much immediately gonna die again because we're still so low. We should have backed up to get the large health kit out of the alleyway just behind us before we go back in, because going back in with 150 health is just fucking death. It's just how it is. That was a surprising amount of people to be up there, just waiting for us, and we took a big chunk of damage from that, but I would have been like, oh, Jesus Christ. So, oh, no, we really don't want to jump on him. We really don't want to jump on Road. There's like, so, it's like he's by himself, so I get it, but like, there's no realistic reward for us jumping on Roadhog. Because for us to kill Roadhog, several things need to go pretty catastrophically wrong for them. To the point where it's not even worth the attempt. Like, we just jump on him, and what are we maybe gonna get? Logically, just a bit of ult charge. And that's it. Like, we're gonna maybe die for jumping on him. There's a pretty realistic chance of dying. And we could have just jumped up onto the other boys upstairs, bearing in mind Roadhog just left all their high ground defenders behind, and he was their main source of crowd control in terms of stopping us. It ended up being fine, but like, we should have just jumped up on their high ground defenders instead, especially since our shield was coming up right as we jumped on the Roadhog, and Roadhog left the high ground defenders behind. Toes would have still been up there, and Anna, so there's like the risk of getting CC'd by them, but I am more than willing to take that risk. So we just should have been just standing in the doorway, really, right there. I get Roadhogs coming through, and there's a lot of people in here, but here's the beautiful thing about Winston, right? If you turn around, they can't headshot you, and if you can't headshot a tank, they take surprisingly long to kill. I just don't want them to come through this doorway at all, and we, like, give them passageway. Roadhog's too slow to get there, but I don't even want to give them the opportunity. I'd rather just stand in the doorway and body block them, and if you're afraid of dying, turn around so they can't shoot you in the head. If they're shooting you in the ass, they're doing way less damage than if they're shooting you in the head. So, we've got Primal Rage built up. Great. It's not a great ultimate, though. Sorry, someone got really upset when I said that, but, here's the thing. This has been scientifically proven. I'm right, I'm sorry. Primal Rage, it's not a very good ultimate. I'm sorry. Especially for tank ultimates. The thing is, the thing that makes Primal Rage worse is that it's competing against some of the best ults in the game in the category. You know. Anyway, Primal Rage isn't very good though, I'm sorry. It's just not. Anyway, we're going in now. We saw Ash and Soldier over there, and, you know, that's free real estate. 2 hit scan DP, or 2 long range heroes. Playing League of Legends. 2 long range heroes go into a tiny confined location, and you're playing Winston. Ho ho ho! It's fucking free, is what that is. We did use Primal Rage because we were afraid of dying. Even if we did die, it wouldn't really have been that bad, to be honest, given the way that fight was already going. Bob's underneath us right now, which is very scary. Alright, she got us. She fucking got us. This is very good patience, where we can see they're all rushing up to touch the payload. So we wait, and we see Anna is being left behind. She's not following them, and nobody's staying back with her. So we wait, and then jump straight on her. But she's a fucking god, and you can't account for that in the math, right? So, like, hey, she fucking got us. At least Ash immediately woke us up, but yeah, Anna's a god. Like, what can you do? What can you do? You can't account for they're a god in the math before you do it, unfortunately. We shouldn't be going back in right now. Team fight's already lost, so we just fed some ult charge right there. Team fight was already going really badly by that point. We shouldn't have gone back in. This is the thing with us using Primal Rage earlier, is if we had Primal Rage when that happened, then that would have been fine, because even though we got purpled and everything, hey, we heal anyway. Fun fact, this was a bug. No one really knew this was a bug at the time, but it just showed up in the fixed bugs one day. Winston used to not heal 1,000 health when he used Primal Rage while he was purple. He used to only heal 500, which made perfect sense, right? Because he gains 500 extra health that he doesn't ordinarily have, and then heals 500 health on the other category, right? Because he heals up 500, then gains 500 more. So it made perfect sense to me that Winston only gained 500 health if he was purple when he got hit by Primal Rage. I was sure that was intended. It just showed up in the fixed bugs one day. Which, I mean, Winston players were very excited about it, and it's not like Bio Grenade needs to be any better than it already fucking is, right? But, like, that made perfect sense to me, and that just showed up in the fixed bugs one day, and I was like, oh, alright. There was another instance like that with Hearthstone, when it was in beta. This bug took, like, a pretty long time to fix. If you don't play Hearthstone, I'm sorry, you're gonna be left behind on this one. But you got health, and you got armor on your hero. You lose 30 health, you die. So health goes up to 30 with exceptions, and then you can stack armor on top of that, theoretically infinitely. There was this bug where you can freeze somebody so they can't attack. Your hero could attack. If they had armor, they didn't get frozen. If they had no armor, they got frozen. This also made perfect sense. You didn't hit the hero, you hit the armor on the hero, so they didn't get frozen. And then one day, like pretty long time afterwards as well, just showed up one day, fixed bug. Get frozen now. Blizzard has this habit of having bugs in for a really long time that seem pretty fucking intended, and one day, it just goes away. My other example from Overwatch, which I'm still fucking mad about because of the sheer length of time it took before this bug got fixed, which is Moira could heal with her left click through shields. This was the way it was for like a fucking year and a half. And then it just showed up in the fixed bugs one day. Moira can no longer heal through shields. If that was a bug, I don't actually believe them, okay? I don't think it was a bug. And here's the thing. If it was actually a bug and not an intended mechanic, they didn't want to own up to being an intended mechanic, it's even more damning. Because that's a huge bug. And they just left it there for a year and a half. It's not like this is a little thing that only happened under certain circumstances some of the time. No, this was just how it was. Moira could heal through shields, and everyone knew this. So they just left it there for fucking months? That's a huge bug. I don't think it was a bug. I think it was an intended mechanic they didn't want to own up to. But, like, it's better to own up to that than have it be like, oh yeah, we just didn't fix this glaring bug that everybody knew about. that was in the game for fucking months. But then look what happened with Reinhardt, right? Fucking hell, Jesus Christ, what a catastrophe of a champion he was. He was more bug than man. We got there in the end, at least. He's still pretty buggy, to be honest, but God, it used to be fucking awful. Holy shit, but I complain about that what feels like every other week, so we'll just move on. We're playing Winston right now, by the way. I think I was making a point, but then I started getting very mad, which is just how it is. So we're immediately purple. We didn't, like, have to commit to anything right there, though, so it's fine. We just hop over. Their soldiers started using tack visor, and, I mean, we should have tried to see if we could stop that, really. Like, just take a peek, see if we can see where he is, if he's kind of by himself, or, at least not being clustered by the whole team. We can jump in and, like, try and harass him at least a little bit, so tack visor can't kill anybody. Realistically, though, probably nothing happened. I would just like if we looked, basically, just to, in case we could have. Because, hey, that's how you climb, you know? You do these things enough, and statistically speaking, some of the times it matters, and that's all that, you know? The only times it matters are the times that it does matter. Which is a fantastically obvious statement. Oh, that was a little unfortunate for the Diva ult, but at least it still got somebody. Basically, the moral of the point I was sort of getting at is, you know, don't be lazy. Do these things, even if it feels like they probably won't be helpful. Sometimes they are, and that, if it matters, it fucking matters, you know? Sometimes it does. So Anna's doing a really good job of playing around us, actually. Because, I mean, she keeps sleeping us when we try to jump on her. And that's all you need to do, really. We have gotten fucked by Anna a few times, even just outside of the sleep, really. Like, so we need to be more conscious of this when we jump on Anna. We just need to be more careful where we approach from, pretty much. Like, ideally, given she is shown she can sleep us when we jump on her, ideally, she's kind of doing something else, like we watch her for a little bit, so she see her looking down her sights, then we jump in. Stuff like that, you know, just come from a slightly more obtuse angle, maybe. We need to just be basically aware of the fact you don't get many options on Junkertown of approach, to be honest, but, you know, you get the idea. She's shown that she's not afraid to get us, so we gotta be careful. Alright, we did wait right there for the sleep dart. The sleep dart did go by, so we're going after her. I don't like that we use Primal Rage, because we've already lost the team fight. This is a purely, fuck you, I hate Anna right now, motherfucker, Jesus Christ ultimate, pretty much. Like, fuck this hoe. We did fuck that hoe, which is nice. Yeah, we're fucked. But I don't like that we did what we did there at all. The whole choice. Like, the fight was fucked behind us, and we committed to that anyway. Not good. And we ended up getting pretty punished for it in the end. Changed to Hammond. Hammond's faster, so that's fair enough. Junkertown, you know, it's not really the best rollout, but I mean, I can't judge. I'll change to Hammond to get there faster, but I can't play Hammond for shit. Don't even bother going for the Mercy right there. Valkyrie Mercy, unless you're confident that you're gonna aim like a god in that window, don't even bother, just go for somebody else. Valkyrie Mercy is way too hard to hit, unless you know you're a god, in which case, hey, feel free. But playing like a god, I find, is difficult to account for, both from the enemy team and your own team. We already talked about you can't account for Anna being a god if you don't know. You can't account for yourself being a god ever, unless you're tremendously egotistical, which I am, to be fair. But, you know, some people are less egotistical than me. I can't really think of an overarching thing that stood out on that game, really. I feel like we talked about a bunch of different stuff. Though I guess the general gist of it is be careful when you jump on people, but I mean, if we're realistic about the thing, realistic about the situation, that's literally all that Winston has to do, is be careful when he jumps on people, so, yeah. If there are any questions in the email, by the way, I don't have that email anymore, I'm sorry, so if there were any, please, post about it, and I will, and answer them after the fact, but I don't think there were, because I know who this came from specifically. I don't remember any questions in those emails, but, I mean, if there were, I don't have it. Please let me know if there was one. So thank you very much for watching. If you did, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord, ask questions more directly, and have a conversation about them, or just shitpost with us. I start to be on Twitch Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, 8 p.m. EST to 11 EST. There's a link to the channel in the description. And if you managed to make it all the way through the video and somehow still enjoyed it, please like the video and subscribe for more content of middling quality in the future, and I hope you found the video helpful.